Hey YouTube, MDEX Music here, and welcome back to another episode of Upper Structure Fridays, a series where we look at upper structure chords and how to use them in piano voicings and improvisation. If you haven't done so already, definitely check out the introduction to this series where we talk about upper structure chords, how to use them to create new colors in music. We'll put a link in the description below, or you can click on this iCard right here. Also on our website, mdex.com, we have a book bundle where you can explore different types of upper structure chords, and there's tons of exercises to help you better understand this concept. So having said all that, let's get started. So today what we're gonna do is put a 5 chord on top of a major 7. It's very simple, yet very effective. It adds just a little tinge of color to the already existing major 7 chord on the bottom. And that color is just adding basically the 9th of the chord. So here's what you get. If you have a major 7 chord on the bottom and on top, you put the 5 of that. So I've got C major 7 over here. If I want to add the 5 of that, I'm looking at a G chord. So if I add G to that, the color I get is this. To construct this upper structure, we simply play a major triad over a major 7th chord, starting on the 5th degree of that chord. For example, in C major 7, the 5th is G. So we simply have to play a G major triad on top of a C major 7. We now have a C major 7 with one tension, the 9th. You can simply think of this upper structure as extending the major 7 one more third. So this is just a simple extension of the C major 7 chord. So if I look at my C major 7 chord and I just add one more note, that 9th, our D, now I can look at the top 3 notes of this chord and see G, B, and D, our upper structure. Another way to think about this upper structure is by playing a major triad on the 5th degree above the root of the major 7 in any inversion. So you can notice how this upper structure technique that we're talking about doesn't add a lot of color to the chord. We're just adding one extra chord extension. This makes it very flexible. We can use it on any major 7 chord that we want, regardless of function. For example, in Someday My Prince Will Come, we start with a B flat chord. So I can use, right off the bat in measure 1, I can use this F chord right on top of it. And in measure 3, a couple measures later, we have the 4 chord. We have the E flat, so I can go with that B flat chord right there. Now this leaves out something fundamentally important to the 4 chord, that sharp 11. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. This is basically maybe you leaving space for other musicians that you're playing with to play that note. Or maybe you want to improvise and not touch on the sharp 11 on purpose. So its flexibility, like we talked about earlier, makes it very useful. Just be careful with how you're using it relative to the melody, or if you're improvising, or if you're playing with other people and you want to leave it out on purpose. Just know that that sharp 11 is not going to be there with this upper structure, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. So basically, when you use this upper structure, make sure simplicity of sound is what you're looking for, because this upper structure does not suggest a scale in particular, and therefore does not completely define the function of the chord. All right, so here's your upper structure challenge of the day. So if you can picture the 5 major triad on top of the given major 7 chord that we're gonna give you. As usual, you'll have 4 beats to answer. Feel free to pause if you need a little bit more time. C major 7, G, E major 7, the B triad, A flat major 7, E flat, D flat major 7, A flat, D major 7, A, F major 7, the C triad. So that's it for this week's episode. As usual, like, subscribe, comment. Don't forget to click on that notification bell to stay up to date on our current content. We'll leave you today with a demo of us using the 5 major triad on top of the major 7 chord. Thanks for watching.